Hello. I just thought I'd like to talk about this because I picked this up. I think really it was a mistake in the newsagents, and I was quite interested in the opening thing. Boats crisis is EU revenge for Brexit. But when I started looking through it, other than a rather charming piece about Sarah Green, there's nothing here. It's endless, lazy, repetitive journalism, and I expect slightly more, even from a trashy tabloid. I mean, this is the newspaper which brought us Rupert Bear. This was a wonderful, well, it is a wonderful comic strip thing, which has followed me all the way through my childhood, really. I think this one is from 1964. And I remember my mother creating a costume for me for school, and I must have been very young. And it was based on this. It was made out of crepe paper. Of course, it fell to pieces. But Mary Tortle invented Rupert Bear, little brown bear, and he kept his brown face on most of the early annuals. And then suddenly, I think when Alfred Bestal, who was the person who sort of was most famous for drawing Rupert when he was leaving, or it may have been the thing that forced him to leave, the front cover, the little bear's face turned white as he's got a white face on the inside pages. And Rupert appeared in the Daily Express every day. I think he probably still does appear in the Daily Express. I couldn't find him in this thing, but then each year. From 1936, and even every year during the war when paper was scarce, this enterprising, authentic labour of love, more than you could say for the trash generated as journalism in the paper today. Just extraordinary. And do you remember the Rupert television series in the 1970s, from about 1970 through to about 1977? Rupert the Bear, everyone knows his name. Well, everyone did. I certainly did. Song by Len Beadle and Ron Roker, sung by Jamie Lee, I think. Just simply spectacular. And actually about the same time in the 1970s, Rupert Bear entered naughty territory through a magazine called Oz and a fellow called Robert Crumb. But for the most part, this is just wholesome, hard work. And it's more than this derivative rubbish that masquerades as news is really, really shocking. There's not an opinion in it. There's not a fact that I haven't seen elsewhere. I don't understand why anybody, I can't understand why I paid £2.30 for this stuff, which I was going to say will become cat litter, but my cat would turn his nose up at this stuff, really. I think we've got to have a better quality of journalism. I was really shocked, actually. To find this piece, particularly by Isaac Crowson, where he's talking with great authority about Albania, and he hasn't bothered to visit or to talk to the people in the part of Albania that matters, which is up in the north. And I just think we have a duty to at least have an opinion if we can't get the facts. And this has, as I say, this has neither. So that's my recommendation for today. Stop reading this rubbish. Go and buy a proper paper, or better still, watch something on YouTube or the BBC or try and find some authentic journalism. I suggest Reuters, and try and find two completely different, contradictory views, and then draw your own opinion. And try not to follow the herd. Try not to be tribal. If today you read something by this person, read something by that person tomorrow. And don't be put off because somebody apparently has got an association with something you don't agree with. That's a reason to read. That's a reason to listen. But this dirge and trash, oi! it should be excoriated, it should be binned. There we are, look, we're going to bin it. Have fun.